Welcome back everybody. So guys, in this class I'm just going to teach you about some more interesting things or the modules of the HTML5 and the CSS3. I'm just going to guide you about the transformation. You can actually transform your elements in multiple ways. So I'm just going to teach you about the very basic one. For just put the transform, okay, and now the translate. There are a lot of things in the transform which you can do generally without using the transformation. For example, which I'm just teaching you in this class, the translating 50 and 50px, top and bottom, left and right. So refresh the element. Now you can see that by using the translate, it just changed the position of the element. By using the translate, the transforming in the translating, it just changed the position of the element. And the same logic to right and to button. If I just update it to 150 and refresh, now it's 150. If I just make it 50 back, so refresh, save and refresh, now it's only 50. And if I just put the one here and refresh, so now it's 150 from the top to bottom. So this is the thing, the transform. Now I'm duplicating this one and I'm just duplicating the whole div1 style. So what I'm just teaching you for the second one, refresh. Okay, cool. The scale method, so remove this one and just put the scale. Okay, 1 or 2 basically from the width and the 2 from the height too. Refresh now. It got double. It should be one div2, as you know. Okay, perfect. So now refresh now. Nothing happened. Now this should be div2 and now refresh now. It just became double of itself. But actually it just disturbed the whole screen, because exactly if I just zoom in and zoom out, okay, this is the general size. But interestingly, where is that element, the div1? It's actually just at the back of this element, this new, the scaled element. If I just remove the transformation, so you will see the element. Now you can see that the element is here, but because by scaling it double, the div2 has been doubled from both sides, so now it just covered this one too. And the worst thing is we just translated this element, the div1, to right 50 and to button the 150. So that's why it's not visible for us. So by the way, it should be 20 pixels and refresh. Now you can see the head of this element again, because it's just 20 pixels translating to button. So okay, now if you just put the 424, now refresh, now you can see that it just scaled a lot more. Well, if I just put the text here, refresh now, I'm just putting the simple text here, whatever, and refresh now, the text has been scaled too. But I'm just putting here the 3 and refresh now. I'm not watching the element, so I'm just putting the 200 pixels margin to see the element completely. Now you can see that this is the element. Because of the 200 margin, it's just visible for us, and the text is stretched too, as you can see. If I just put the 2 pixels back, the 2 scale back, refresh now, the text size, just see the text side. And if I just put the 4 here and refresh now, you can see that the text has been stretched too. So this is the the scale transformation, going awesome. So now for the next one, I'm just gonna teach you another one, the div3. Copy that and paste that here, the div3, and remove this scaling. I'm removing that, and what I'm just putting here the rotate. This is another one, another way. And what I'm just gonna do, well, this thing, the rotate, is not available in a general way, so you should use this one if you just want to rotate your element. By the way, what I'm just gonna put here, I'm just gonna put here the degree. I just want to rotate the element around 30 deg, 30 degrees. So save and refresh now. You can see the same element as I duplicated the div3, it's rotated here. Okay, and if you just put the 45 degree, whatever, you can put the value you want. So refresh now, it's 45 degree rotated. Great. something more. Do you want to learn about the rotation? I just want to teach you about the 3D rotation. So duplicate and the div 4 and exactly just copy this one and paste there. The div 4, and I'm just gonna rotate the element in a X way, rotate X. Again in a degree way it's rotating. Refresh. Now you can see that this element has been rotated 45 degree. If I just put here the 90 degree, 95 degree and refresh, now it's 95 degree rotated. You can see the text here still, which is very small because it's rotated. Now I think you can understand that it's rotating in the x-axis. Great. Now what more I'm just gonna do, if I just put here instead of the 95, if I just put the 180, so refresh, now it's totally rotated its way and we still can see the text but in the rotated way. So guys, this is the x rotation. If I just teach you about the y rotation, so put the x rotate y and duplicate this one and the div 5 and then refresh to. Oh, I see. This should be the 5 too. Refresh. In the same way you can see that it's rotated too, but it's rotating in the y-axis. So if I just put here the 90 degree, again it will get the same situation. It's actually not visible because it just cannot show, we just cannot see anything in a 90 degree. Well, we should try to apply something interesting. I'm just applying the 45 degree. Refresh. Now I just can't see the element still, but it's on the 45 degree. Why I just didn't see the 90 degree? I just want to show you the reason. Just because in a 90 degree it just became just like in a sword or the blade, actually blade or sword, whatever you want to say. By the way, this is the thing I just want to show you, the x rotate and y rotate. Now another thing is the z rotate. So this is the div 6 and just copy this one and paste the actual thing, the div 6, and this should be the z rotate z. Again I'm just putting the 45 degree and refreshing. Now this is rotating in a z way. What is this? This is just like that one. Exactly. If you just put the rotate z, or you just don't put the rotation, just directly put the rotate, so actually they both are same. They are rotating in a 3D way, in a z way, they are rotating in a x way, they are rotating in a y way. So basically we just don't need to put the z way, it's by default, but I just put it to guide you about that too. Another interesting property of the transform, the value of the transform is the, I'm just going to show you this Q. I'll just guide you when I just work on that. This should be the div 7, as you know. So guys, I'm just removing the rotate and I'm just applying this Q. Now one thing more, I'm just clearing that before going further you should apply all those which we just learned. So you should make yourself, as you're practicing and achieving the targets, then go more. So guys, there, what I just want is Q. I just want to skew the element of this div 7 in the 45 degree. Okay, the div 7 and refresh. Now you can see that it just skewed in a 3D way. Looking awesome. Great. If you just want to skew this in the instead of the 45, if I just apply the 25, so it's another beautiful way. In the same way we can apply the 90 degree. Now refresh. Now again it's hidden because again it became the sword, or you can say that the blade's wrath, by the way, whatever. I'm just putting the 110 degree, so refresh. Now it's actually extraordinary rotated. So guys, I think you just got about what I just teach you about the skewing, but this one is the 3D skew. The divide and simply copy the whole property and apply there, and now the skew of X. Now refresh. Okay, there is something wrong is going on. The divide, oh, it should be the divide. So save and refresh. Now this is the skewing, but in skew X we just apply the 110 degree If I just apply the 45 and save and refresh in the browser, okay, this is the X rotation, the X is queuing. If I just duplicate and the div 9 and simply copy that and paste the div 9, and now this QY and refresh. Now this is the Y is queuing. Basically, what is the difference between the Y and the X is queuing? Okay, I'm just gonna clear you that this is the 3D is queuing, means the Y and X both. But this is, you can see one thing interesting, that this one, the top one, this one is the Y, the X is queuing. So in the X is queuing, you can see that the horizontal line are straight. Interesting. And this is the Y is queuing, so the vertical lines are straight. This is the difference between the Y and X, and here you can see that both of them are moving on, but mostly it just covers the, you know, that the just behave like these QX. Well, to make it the real 3D, the simplest Q, we have to put two values. There I just put it the single value, but if I just put the two values 110 degree, so it will work in a 3D way, means the X and the Y. But this can disturb the image badly. You will see this one is the div 7. If I just refresh now, you can see that it just increased in size and just messed up badly, as I said that. But in this way, you just made it the simplest Q as 3D. So guys, we've learned a lot of things about the transformation. In the next class we'll learn about some other things. Stay tuned and goodbye.